Hey, it's Admiral Charles again on a beautiful, fine Wednesday morning here, and shaky hands and everything. So this is a great display here. This camp, I don't know the name of the camp, but this camp has basically put like all the 10 principles, and you know, I don't know, I just figured I'd give you a little lowdown on some of my feelings about it. You know, this is actually one of the most important, immediacy. People think, well, what is immediacy? You know, to me, this is going to be a little trippy. It's give yes a chance. Okay. We're always, you know, there's an art car comes by and they offer a ride. I did it last night. I took out Sam Cherhoff's Tsunami Wave car because I helped work on it. And it's such a great piece. And it has this huge flat front and it can carry about 16 people. And so I was just finding walkers out there, and they were headed to Temple or headed to the Man or whatever. And I just decided, hey, you know, come on, jump on board. I was negatively impressed, kind of. The number of people that were just like, no, I don't want you to go out of your way, or no. I mean, the people who were like, no, they wanted their alone time to go, that totally understand. But there were people who were like inhibited to go out there because it was just like, they felt they owed me something, you know, and it's easy to say no. And this applies to a lot of things, not just art cars. But that's why I say give yes a chance, because, you know, somebody who said, one of them actually said, oh, I'll catch you tomorrow. No, you're not, because everything changes all the time. So you can't plan your life. And the people who say no are often those type of planner people. And then they get upset because things don't go their way. Okay, so that kind of brings us to the next one, which is gifting. And one of the best video descriptions of gifting is done by John Halcyon. Just look John Halcyon gifting on YouTube, and he nails it right there. Gifting is not so much about giving gifts, because we're all really good at giving gifts. Okay, we're all generous in our heart. But it's really more about receiving. And again, give yes a chance. Because when you are gifting, gifting requires one person to give. But if no one is there to receive, then no gifting occurs. Follow? So you have to have kind of both. You have to have the gifting and the receiving. So what we suck at is learning to accept. Seriously, you just need to give yes a chance. And there was a whole thing on the internet. This woman was like, I don't want to receive your handmade thing that you did for hours and hours because it's the wrong color. Jesus, really? Criminy, really? Come on. Re-gift it, you know. Yeah, that has its own stuff, but man, just do it. Just take the gift, because when you say yes, the person giving you the gift, you know, feels good about what they made, and for whatever reason. And when you receive it, you know, it actually does feel good to say yes, and you know, it doesn't mean take, but you need to also receive and learn how to receive. And guess what? This applies to the default world as well. I've been to so many business executive dinners where, you know, someone says, you know, I'm just going to buy you dinner, and you feel like, oh no, now I have to owe you and do something like, just say yes and say thank you. You know, thank you is Los Angeles 11th principle, by the way, and they don't have that here, is gratitude. So, let's see. Decommodification. Is that the right one? Yep, that's a big word. They had to put it into two lines. So decommodification. So that's all over the place. So you'll see things like a U-Haul trailer, okay? And a lot of people actually cover up the U-Haul. Matter of fact, there is, I don't think I can zoom up, but there's a Interstate 1 tractor trailer over there, and they've actually covered, now I can't zoom, They actually covered up the logos on that. So so no, you don't have to do that, but it sure is nice, because that way you can you know, you're not giving them advertisements. That's part of decommodification. Now, here's the thing though, decommodification, everybody just says, oh, that's money. Ah, geez, come on, folks. No, it's not just money. I mean, it takes money to come here, right? It takes money to run that generator. It takes money to bring all this stuff. And all this art, this plywood costs, unless you use repurposed plywood. All this stuff costs. The art costs. So you have to go out to, you know, Indiegogo or Kickstarter. And there is a commodification where entire towns and budgets and income comes in. So it's not about anti-income or anti-capitalism. It's just stop the amount of commodification, which is branding and pushing, you know, the brands and all that. And you know, you don't see Starbucks everywhere. McDonald's, U-Haul. Oh wow, it gets crazy. It's not about that. It's decommodification is just getting rid of all those logos, not about stopping capitalism. It's really not, you know. All right, here's a key one. Participation. Burning Man is not a spectator event. I'm participating right now. And this is my self-expression. We'll get to that one a little later. But participate. Again, give yes a chance. You know, somebody out on dance floor wants to dance with you. Yes. You know, somebody wants... There's so much that you can do, you know, that get up and do a dance, or instead of just standing around in a circle when someone's asking everybody to join in. We know you can't sing worth crap. You know, when somebody asks you to come do karaoke, that's the whole point of karaoke. It's crap. It's like, so go sing, and we grade you on how bad your crap really is, but that's participation. And if you don't get up and sing, then there's nothing. So participate. All right, leave no trace. Oh, I have another video, just because I just came from the porta potties, and there was this young woman from France. She was just picking up all the crap. And leave no trace. You know, everybody talks about MOOP and all that stuff, but it's actually more than that too. Leave no trace is like, to me, it's like kindness. You know, it's like, don't cause any harm. Don't leave a trace that your presence hurt somebody. You know, don't leave that crap behind. You know, so for me, leave no trace is just a little different on it. All right, civic responsibility. Bum bum bum. All right, that's again, that is the girl that was at the outhouse cleaning up all the toilet paper outside of the front. You know, we're all members of this gigantic city, and it's all up to all of us to kind of make it all happen. And that means the roads, you know, each of us having the ability to stay within kind of our lanes, you know, and working with all our other neighbor camps, because you're always butted up against each other camp. So that's kind of a key too. And let's see. Oh, I see what's going on. This thing is screaming here. Okay, I'm going to turn that one off because the battery is dead. So maybe that was my civic responsibility to save everyone from that screaming. I don't know. All right. Ta-da! Radical self-expression. Everybody says Burning Man is an art event. Huh? I've never seen Burning Man advertised or anything as an art event. Now, people's self-expression can be artistic, and that can be a thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, you've gone to school to get your, you know, Associate of Arts and your Bachelor of Arts and you're a PhD of modern art history, you know, and you know what makes Impressionist versus another type of of art. It's radical self-expression, and you know, that's anything. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. This is my corny ass way of expressing myself, and so that's what radical self-expression, you know, is about. And maybe it's just dressing up in a top hat, you know, with your 747 wings and my Admiral star and all that, and maybe that's what it's about, you know, just so, you know, put on a nice little costume and go out and do that. And so I'm so shaky, I need more coffee. All right, communal effort. That means we all work together. It's kind of related to civic responsibility, but it's a little different, because the communal effort is we all pull together to make this all happen. So, you know, wow, this is probably one of the harder ones to define, because it requires civic responsibility is one thing, but communal effort requires civility, you know, of all working together, and quite honestly, a little bit of sacrifice. Okay, sacrifice is you're giving up something that you necessarily don't want to give up. Okay, that's kind of sacrifice. If you're giving something you want to give up, that's gifting. You know, if it doesn't impact you, you're giving it. But if it does impact you, that's sacrifice. And communal effort requires a little bit of sacrifice, you know, because we all have to kind of work together to in order to pull that off. So we can all have this giant city, and we can all have a giant society, and again, there's a lot of kindness in that too. And that really brings us to radical self-reliance. Wow, man, I have so many cases that I can tell you about, and I would hurt a whole bunch of feelings if I told you every one. So I'm just gonna make up some things, but you know, there's an internet meme out there of this guy with this weird hat, you know, his hat's sideways, and he comes in and he says, "Oh, can I borrow everything?" You know, the person who gets here to the playa, I'm not talking about the person who forgot the one or two things. I'm talking about the person who came with a sleeping bag and forgot everything. You know, everything. It now is a burden on people who care about that guy, because, you know, now you got to feed him, now you got to provide him with a tent, he doesn't have any water, you have to give him crackers, and he's not picking up the, you know, his own crap. Ah, man, that's like, ugh. You got to be radically self-reliant too. But now I'm going to throw as I was coming in, my car, the alternator broke, and I got stuck, and we just limped into camp and made it into camp, and I posted on Facebook, like I'm doing now. I posted on Facebook that, man, I broke down and I need an alternator. I didn't even ask. Well, I said need an alternator, but I didn't ask anyone in particular. And this wonderful soul, Wishpool, came and responded, "We're in LA now, and we're coming. We're going to bring you an alternator and a spare battery." And, you know, yes, I'm radically self-reliant, but we are also sometimes reliant on other people as well. And that's part of the communal effort. Whoa, see what I did there? It's kind of cool. So I hope this isn't backwards. That's it. And then bum ba da bum, finally, radical inclusion. Bum ba bum. All right, radical inclusion does not mean total inclusion. Just want you to know that, because you know, if there is someone that's endangering your safety, you know, if there's some yahoo who's like, you know, drunk out of his gourd, and he's just, you know, trying to jump on your art car, and he's going to endanger you and everyone, that's not total inclusion. Okay, radical is try as hard as you can to include everyone, and that goes back to give yes a chance. Okay, so in my case, I been burned once or 5 times by radically including someone, a problem child or whatever. But after a certain point, I don't include them. And they don't deserve to be included because they're not part of communal effort, you know, in that. So radical inclusion is, this is also one of my real concerns. I'm going to get real serious here. Look for my serious face. Beware, Facebook peeps, because more and more the algorithms are being set up that if you're of one political party, you only see what you want to see of that political party, and the other political party doesn't see it, and you have to almost go out of your way to see the opposing viewpoint. And democracy works by listening to all the different viewpoints, you know. That's how it works. And so you have to have that inclusion of things that make you mad. Okay, just don't go, oh, it made me mad, I'm not going to listen to that. Oh, shut up, you little weakling. Look, have some tolerance. Build it in to your lifestyle. And that's the same with some of the people, you know, that whatever it is, whether it's religion or lack of religion, you know, whether they're a loudmouth or they're too quiet, you know, maybe they say too much, maybe they don't say enough, you know. It's not about really them, it's more about you. Radical inclusion is about you, cupcake. It really is, because it's a measure of your heart, of what you're doing. All right, so again, these are my opinions. Your mileage may vary. Avoid in certain states. And as I said, I'm gonna do a little shout out here for Los Angeles, because they have the 11th principle, and the 11th principle is basically thankfulness. Wow, I'm so shaky. I'm gonna put this on a poll here. Hold on. I'm having an old man senior moment. I really apologize. Maybe somebody can video mix this and fix. There we go. Can fix this. Thankfulness, you know, and be grateful. That's the 11th principle from the Los Angeles League of Arts has put that one in. And also, I like to bring up the 0th principle. What the hell is the 0 principle? Oh, there goes Thor. Wow, that was cool. The 0 principle is basically snark. 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 Burning Man has a deep history with the Cacophony Society, and there's a Facebook page out there which, you know, it turns away a lot of people because they're like, oh, you should be so kind and all that stuff. Well, they're kind of kind in a trolling sort of way. I'm one of the chief trolls up there too. Snark is this humor, which is, you know, like, you see the Rangers come by and it's like a tradition. It's like, fuck off, Rangers, or fuck your burn, or all that. That's you know, that's part of snark. You know, like, or jokes before Burning Man, like it's windy, or there's dust, or there's other hoaxes that go on to try to, you know, scare people from coming to Burning Man. That's the 0 principle, is snark. You know, now don't confuse snark with salty. Okay, salty and snark are 2 different things. The salty assholes are people who are so angry that, you know, they're just angry. They're angry about everything. You know, they're angry because when they were 8 years old, they saw dad walk out the door, you know, and never turn around to say goodbye. Yeah, that may have happened to a whole bunch of people. And from there, they don't know how to express their anger. And so they take that and then they apply that anger to everyone else. You know, so that's salty. And you know what? It's almost not curable, because when you put too much salt in a really good meal, you can't unsalt it. Yeah, you have to just throw it out, something. So you salty guys out there and gals, fuck your burn. have a good day, and welcome to my camp, because I'm going to probably radically include you too, you know, but I'm not going to change your mind because it's unchangeable. It's salty. Yeah. Learn how to go from salt to snark, and life will be a little bit better, and it'll probably save your heart too, because you're not going to be stressing out so much about that as well. There goes another beautiful participant. So anyway, there's my 20 minutes of shaky video, old man life according to Admiral Charles, on this fine Wednesday morning. So have a good one, have a good burn, burn all year long, and I'll see you here at home, or I'll see you on those snarky Facebook groups. All right, have a good one.